God and Man. Guideposts for Spiritual Peace and Awakening. Written by Masahisa Goi. Chapter 7. Part 2. My Method of Prayer. A human being's physical body is made up of cellular tissue, and each cell is composed of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Further analysis leads to fine particles which are said to be particles of light. Scientists say that these particles of light are, at further depth, light vibrations. When human beings enter true oneness with their source, they understand that they, themselves, are infinitely expanding light. In completely extinguishing all my thoughts, I freed myself from my physical ego. Consequently, although there exists a material body, known as my physical body, it is only an instrumental body that mediates light. When people sit face to face with me, the light of the original source flows through my physical body into the karmic bodies, subconscious and physical, of those people. Then the karmic casualties that twine round those individual spirits are purified, and their embodiments become lighter and cleaner. So if they repeatedly sit face to face with me, they unknowingly approach closer and closer to a state of spiritual peace and awakening. Either before, after, or during this meditation of silencing of thoughts, I frequently clap my hands to purify the karmic waves of the person facing me. I clap my hands at various rhythms, in tune with the person's karmic waves, since those waves are so varied. Through this action of clapping hands, light waves undulate along with the person's karmic waves, and purify them. In other words, through the rhythm of my hand clapping, the light waves of God wash away and purify the karmic waves of the person who sits before me. In addition to this, I form a variety of signs, called in, with my hands, arms, and fingers. This is for the purpose of guiding the other party to a state of oneness with their divine self, God, and of attuning my wavelength of light with the other person's wavelength. To put it in plain language, it is the same as switching to different television channels. In doing this purification, or prayer, I sit face to face with the other party, and I also have the person sit with his or her back to me. When the person is facing me, I purify the person's own karma from previous lifetimes. When the person's back is toward me, I purify unharmonious thoughts that are coming to the person from ancestors, relatives, or other people who are somehow connected with him or her. I also give guidance, and pray that the person's destiny will change for the better. Since I am not a fortune teller, my objective is not to recount a person's past, or to foresee future events, or to critique the person's character. My real wish And intention is to let all human beings know the existence of God, and to let them know that they are not karmic existences but are children of light and of God. I am working to awaken human beings from the illusion that they cannot find deliverance no matter what, and that there can be no relief from their suffering, worries and troubles. Therefore, I do not simply point out the negative aspects of a person's destiny, nor do I guide people with such statements as, "It is because your mind is at fault that you keep suffering from illness and misfortune." I respond to each person only with love, praying intently that his or her destiny will change for the better. When I either hear a person's name, or sit face to face with him, or her, that person's character and destiny project themselves in my mind as if in a mirror. The reason for this is that my mind holds no thoughts of my own, since my own self exists in cool, or emptiness. Thus, the other person's destiny, recorded in his or her subconscious, comes into my empty mind just as it is. However, I do not tell the person all about those recorded conditions. I generally speak only about the encouraging parts, except in cases where a straightforward report will not hurt the person's heart but will have the effect of encouraging him or her instead. Thus I guide people in such a way that their habitual, mistaken attitudes and thought processes will gradually turn into shining ones. Of course, it goes without saying that I pray for each of them during this period with my method of prayer. However fluently people might preach the way of truth, if they have but little love in their hearts, their presence sends forth but little light. A person of deep love, even if unable to preach at all, emits a brilliant light simply by praying silently for the betterment of another's destiny. Love is light, and light is God. Acts of sincerity are the acts of God. Meditation of love is light itself. Words of truth, filled with love, are the words of God.